Hello, everybody, and welcome to another session with Tripp. Today, we're going to be doing a walk tour of the library. What this entails is we're just going to take a short trip around both of our working floors and take a look and see what the library has to offer to you as the patron. Today, I decided to start upstairs in what is the location of our general and reference collection. If you take a look around here, this section over here, despite it being messy, is where our reference books are located. This includes both general and kids, and as well as indigenous reference. If you've ever been curious about previous cases that the tribe has gone through, we have hard copies of those that you are able to view. We have old yearbooks, not many, but we're working to fix those. So if you ever, I know most days you can just look online for everything, but we try to keep hard copies of things just so, if anything ever happens, you'll have the ability to do this kind of research and look and see what we got. In addition to indigenous reference, I'm going to turn around. That was kind of blocked up. In addition to the indigenous reference collection, we also just have the general reference. And what this is encyclopedias, manuals, cookbooks even that you might use. Again, we just use the internet, so all this stuff is kind of outdated. Also on this floor is our academic collection, or also referenced as our general collection. This contains books that follow a wide variety of subjects in fieldbook criteria, according to the Library of Congress classification system. We have books on philosophy, on history, technology, agricultural, and medicine even. One of the things that we are in the process of doing is going through our collection and updating things that are more pertinent to this day and age. This includes fiction type stuff that general patrons might like, like Stephen King, John Irving, authors like him. Or if you are more the studious type and you're looking for research on plants and things like that, we have books on botany, how medicine's used in that sense, and things like that. This space up here is also used for those who like to study, for our students. It's a very tight area, very small, but we do have spaces available for patrons who would like to be able to use these things. So if you ever want to come up and just come study and surround yourself with the knowledge of your forebears, this will be the place to do it. You also get a great view of the surrounding fields on both sides. Yes, that's excellent, excellent view. All right, so now we're going to take our trip downstairs to the main floor of the library. And the main floor is where we keep everything that's not is like audio books, kid books, movies, DVDs, things like that. And I'll let our gracious host go first. Still just us?
No, just joined.
If our host will look over here, we have 2 study rooms available for students to use. They're a bit cluttered at the moment, but they are still usable if you have like a test or a movie you need to watch, and this is the only place you can do it. In this area over here, we have our native magazines of other popular titles, as well as newspapers of the local newspaper, as well as the Omaha World Herald and a few others. In this area over here, as soon as she turns back around, we have just the main area where people can come and sit. As you might see here, we have one individual who is here reviewing knowledge at their leisure. And so, this is a good spot if you need to if you want a quiet and calm out atmosphere and be able to read, take care of any paperwork, things like that. This area over here is our large print and audiobook collection. For those of you who are like me who have bad eyes, large print is basically just books that have been printed with larger text. This is for people who, again, like me, have terrible eyesight and can't see without their glasses. And basically, you know, if you need help reading and you can't stand regular size text, then these large print are the ones for you. Here, let's take a look and see. Just a thing. As you can tell, these are very, very large. Well, maybe not that large, but they're very large. But like I said, this is for those who have seeing impediments and for those who need that. If you are like some of our patrons who are fond of listening to audiobooks while you're at work or working out or things like this, we have our audiobook collection, which we are currently going through and cleaning up and making it better for people to practice. With these audiobooks, you know, you'll be able to, you know, listen to these while you're at home. Just basically be able to do them on the go. Hey, if you'll come this way, one of our regulars, her name is Karen. Karen here comes to the library a lot because she has things she needs help with, and we provide services other than just checking books in and out. This area here is also our little computer lab. It's very tiny, but you know, if you need things printed or if you're filling out job searches, things like that, then this will be the place to go. We can print, we can send, we can fax, we can email, we can do anything you can think of. So, moving on, main area for when you come into the library, we have our neat little book display here that we use to mark new items such as audiobooks, regular books, kid book, DVDs, things like that. We have our neat little sign to please wear a mask. Over here, we have our catalog. If you'll remember from our last class, we briefly talked about the catalog and how you can make use of it. And it's always here on this floor if you'd like to search. This section over here is our DVDs, mostly adult themed ones, not rated X, just regular adult movies. These are for checkouts. As long as you have a valid library card, you have that ability. Over here, we have the Native American collection, titles that we're always looking for new ones to add and for, again, for checkout. In here, we have the kids zone. We have our kid DVDs. We have our easy reader books for those who are, for our young kids who are learning to read. We have our Native American collection for young adults, as well as juvenile. This includes nonfiction and fiction. So if you're looking for books that talk about specific tribes that are good for young readers, this will be the area you would come to. On the back wall here, we have our nonfiction books. These are things that, again, cover things like about the body, music, autobiographies, things like that, things that would be appropriate for kids who are still, you know, in their development years and they're learning about things like that. We have our graphic novels, a new collection, our new addition to our collection. We're currently in the process of growing that and making it so younger readers who would like to be able to, who are fond of these types of books will be able to check out. Over here in this very tiny section, you might realize this says manga, but this isn't quite manga. We're in the process of moving these young adult fiction books out and putting in another new collection of mine, which will be one of my favorite projects to do. But as of right now, I just named it that way so that, when we do get them moved in, people will be able to, see that. We have a nice little sitting area with these chairs that we have children to come in and stack them up and try to climb on them and have to jump get down. So that's not safe. We have the tables for those who want to come up and even do homework. They have that ability. The last little collection that I will show y'all is our Native American collection. This collection encompasses all the literature and things that the library has collected since its inception on various topics. This includes medicine, agriculture, I can't say it, social work, things like that. It includes fiction and nonfiction types, and we're in the process of currently updating it as well. So if you ever need help with like finding a particular author or a particular subject, if you need books that are on Native American medicine or herbology, things like that, this will be the collection you would browse that you would be able to get that kind of information. Apart from that, this was just a brief tour of the library and the kind of things that we have in print and in collection. Again, you can always check these out online by just accessing your account. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me and be able to help. Have a good day.